Hello, friends and enemies. This is Lou, and this will be the second last podcast that I do for now. I may come back and do this again at a future point, but yeah, I've been sharing some strategies and answering your questions about paid advertising online, particularly with Meta ads, a little bit with Google ads, and I had a lot of fun doing this. And so I decided for these last couple of episodes, I would open it up to my audience and answer the things that they really want to know. So in this episode, I'm going to be explaining some things to do with getting other people to do your ads and potentially even looking at apps that do it all for you. I'll share my experiences and opinions on those. So let's get straight into the first question. And this one is from Nez. And Nez would like to know, what is the difference between doing Facebook ads yourself or hiring someone to help you do this? And like specifically, what exactly are you paying for them to do apart from freeing up your time? Because yeah, there is a strong consideration in getting someone else to do ads for you is saving yourself some time. And definitely, yes, it is totally okay and valid to want to learn how to set up and manage ads yourself. Definitely, there are courses that you can take that'll teach you all the ins and outs of using the Meta interface to create ads and set up audiences and stuff like that. The main difference, apart from having someone else free up your time, is that if you have a dedicated expert looking after your ads, they will have a much broader knowledge to do with online marketing and broader and deeper understanding of how all the different parts of your online presence and strategy fit together. They will also be more up to speed with changes in algorithm and user preferences and analyzing data and things like that, because yeah, there's a lot of moving parts, and there is not just knowing how to use the manager, feel your way around and set up an ad, but there's moving parts in the data, there's creating content, there's knowing how it hooks together with the rest of your online strategy. Because ads are not an isolated thing. They're part of a greater ecosystem that is how your business shows up online and how all those things connect together. There may be certain things that you may not have considered. For example, a lot of business owners don't know that their email list can be connected to their Facebook ads, or their Google ads and Meta ads actually play together in some capacity. And there's a whole range and spectrum and areas of knowledge, and quite honestly, if you are, say, a personal trainer, there is so much knowledge to keep abreast of in like health and understanding how the body works and staying in touch with changes there. And for me, as someone who does paid ads for a living, there's a lot, like I said, a lot of things to consider. There's not just knowing how to set up the ads, it's understanding how everything fits together and being up to speed with platform changes. A couple of years back, we had this massive change, the iOS update, iOS 14, which meant that conversion tracking and user tracking for anyone using an iPhone or iOS device it broke, and we were no longer able to track people using Facebook ads or Meta ads. We were not able to register actions or conversions properly once this update came into place. And so things like that can happen that can sort of put a kink in your hose. And someone who's dedicated to managing ads would be able to respond to that quickly, because they'll be more than likely managing ads for other people. So once they've figured out how to fix something for them, they'll be able to quickly adapt your ads account for that as well. There's not just like understanding how to set up the ads, understanding the data and what all that stuff means, how you can use that to inform other strategies that you're working on, understanding when to pivot. I mean, obviously, if it's something you're doing is not making you more money, then you want to stop it. And then there's understanding how to make good creative, understanding what sort of things make people stop and look, understanding, what images to use, what video to use, copywriting, what you should say, and then sending people to your website. When is the right time to ask that of your audience? Understanding how campaigns should run in layers, like I've mentioned in my layers episode. Asking people who have only seen you for the first time to go to your website and pay for something might backfire if you haven't warmed them up to you first. And then, of course, measuring things, measuring the conversions, which is positive actions on your website that we wanted people to take, and then attributing that back to the ads, so we can actually see like how well our dollars are doing in terms of getting people to spend money with us. So there's all of that can be useful or not, depending on what type of business you have. And yeah, there's plenty of business owners out there who will set up and manage their own ads, and everything goes fine. But then, yeah, apart from all the other areas of knowledge, ad specialists can also help you look for opportunities to save money or spend your budget more wisely, opportunities to utilize other things you've got going on in your digital ecosystem. Like I said, the email list is something that you can integrate with your paid ad strategy. And it may not be obvious or apparent to some people that that's a thing that you can do. And it ultimately, it kind of really depends. Like if you are comfortable spending your time going into the ads manager and setting things up, then by all means do that. But if you maybe want a second opinion, even just to see if things are working as efficiently as they can be, or if you're like getting the most out of your dollars, or if there's anything you're missing, that's valid. And if you want to say, oh, this technology and creative stuff is totally not for me, but I also don't want to waste money with my advertising dollars, because in an ideal situation, you would be hiring someone to manage your ads if the amount that you're spending every month is more than the retainer fee. Because also, if you are in that position, then it is helpful to get some help, and it does sort of like make sense. To put it in a more simple way, getting someone to help you with your ads that not only saves your time, but they'll also look for opportunities for you to be more efficient with your budget. They'll be up to speed with algorithm changes and platform changes. They'll be able to respond quicker to those things. They'll be able to understand your data and understand how all the different pieces of your online marketing and your website and everything all fit together. Like even your SEO and your Google ads, like they are actually closer. They're not two separate things. Meta ads and Google ads also play with each other. So those are things that a digital expert will be they'll have it in the forefront of their mind and be constantly upskilling and educating themselves on that thing. All right, so next question is from Christine, and Christine kind of jokingly asked, I want to know everything start from finish. That question was kind of a joke, but I will suggest everything that you need to know is a lot. I think it's you have to sort of when you're just starting out, you have to know your reasons why you want to do this. And generally speaking, you want to run ads to scale what you've got already, not sort of save a sinking ship. Because what's going to happen is that if you're not having success already from your unpaid organic strategies and you have no data to work from, then if you start running ads, it is going to be expensive, and you may see a lot of failures and wasted money because you don't have the data to back up what you're doing. And how this works generally with Facebook and Meta ads, you want to be able to track and see what sort of posts resonate with your audience, and then use that or similar content to guide you on what sort of content you should use in an ad, and guide you on what sort of actions people are interested in taking. And that's only the beginning. And so Christine had a more serious question, which was that she came across an app that takes care of all of the ads creation and setup and management for you. So the app takes like you pay them a 12% fee, which is 12% of your ads budget. So whatever you decide to spend on ads, the fee for this management platform will be 12% of that. So without knowing much about what this platform actually does for you, I would be very cautious of using that sort of thing, especially when there's no human there to help you understand what's going on and really get to know your business. And so because I don't know that that's there, I don't know that that platform is going to have my best interests in mind. I would much rather know that somebody else understands me and what I need, and then create a strategy accordingly. Because although you can sort of cookie cut strategies, that I find is often where a lot of things go wrong. And it just also leads to a lot of mistrust and confusion, especially when I've had conversations with business owners, and they did a course on ads or something like that, and they were told lead generation, and they were told, this is like the exact thing you got to do. Like you got to do a quiz, and you've got to make blah, blah, blah landing page. Exactly this is your key to success. And yeah, no, that is, I don't believe in one size fits all solutions. I believe that every business is unique. Every business requires a different volume of people moving through the stages of awareness and nurture and convert. Everyone's unique in that way. Everyone's got a unique audience to target. Everyone's audience has got preferences and unique needs, and what works for one audience to get them onto your mailing list may not be the right method for a different audience. Especially when you are sort of like stretching your brain to make an opt-in and a quiz work for you, when you can't really like come up with like a good reason and good questions to ask and good reasons for people to want to do that. It may be that you need to use a different method to grow your email list. So what I'm coming to with this is that, yeah, getting this sort of help, especially since, again, with this app, I don't know if a person's helping you, but if they're not, it's likely to be like a cookie cutter method with little customization. It's just going to carbon copy whatever it's doing for someone else. And I think that's a recipe for trouble. And, for me, looking for digital marketing solutions is, for me, it's like approaching a doctor for help. There's a lot of doctors out there who will listen to your problem and then have like a cookie cut solution, and they'll probably just go, oh yeah, it's blah, and write out a prescription or whatever. And for me, my preference is that when I or anyone sees a doctor, I don't just want a generic response. Like, I want a treatment plan that works for me and my comfort and needs and my path to healing. I am really impressed when I go and see a doctor and they'll actually sit down and you'll have a conversation and you'll say, well, I'm not comfortable with such and such treatment. Can we do something else? That level of flexibility and care and understanding for unique needs is what I like to see with digital marketing strategy and getting some help. Because, yeah, even like going to Dr. Google for medical help, you may sort of get the most commonly given answer to a problem, which may not be the right thing for you, even though it's the algorithm decided that is the most commonly given answer for the problem. So yeah, that kind of, I wanted to give like more of a perspective answer rather than like an exact, this is what you should or shouldn't do. Always be open to, I guess, exploring your different options. And if something doesn't feel right for you, then, tell that to the person that you're working with. And by all means, explore all the different options available to you and try things out yourself. Try running ads yourself and see what you get. Like I said earlier, the most common reason why they don't work out is because you haven't really studied or explored data that you have before. And a lot of business owners I talk to say that they don't know what the conversion rate of their website is. And if you don't know what your conversion rate is, which is the rate of people actually doing something that you want on your website, it's generally not a good idea to run ads. So, some closing remarks. By all means, do experiment and try things yourself. If you want to get the best bang for buck out of your ads, the best return on your dollars, it's really important to have a good strategy beyond just knowing how to operate the software and knowing how to use Canva. The more in tune you are with the nuances, not just of overall best practices, but understanding your own data and what works specifically for you and specifically for your audience, and how that permeates into your website and your email marketing and how you show up on Google and how you show up on stage. If you have a grasp of all of that and know your audience and your data and your strategy really well, that's how you have better success with ads. And for some people, that's an okay amount of work. For others, it's also valid and okay to get external help for that or hire someone on your team for that. So I hope these answers were useful to you. This will be the second last podcast episode that I do for now. You can catch the others on my website, loukoz.com, loukoz.com. The next and final episode will be about copywriting and understanding how that fits in with ads and your online marketing with my guest, Brandy. So I look forward to getting that episode out there and published. And I want to thank you all again for being here with me, and I want to wish you the best on your business journey.